What is going on, LEGO Maniacs? It's Tyler LEGO Guy here, and today we're going to be doing something actually kind of interesting. We're going to be rating every theme that LEGO's ever made, at least all the main themes. I thought you guys would appreciate that. I've seen a couple other YouTubers that do it, but yeah, I thought I'd take my own take on it because there's actually a whole other amount of themes that a lot of them aren't looking at. So we're going to look at every single theme, we're going to rate it. Yeah, it should be fun, but anyways, enough talk. Let's get right into it. Alright guys, well here we have all the themes. So as you can see, there's a ton of different themes. There's probably like close to 70 right here. And here's the ranking system. So we have complete crap, so you really don't want to be there. Subpar bra, Deece, Legend, wait for it, Dairy, taken from How I Met Your Mother, obviously. And then the best, which is True Jedi, because honestly, how can you get better than 100%? If you guys ever played the games, you know what I'm talking about. So, to start off, we're going to start off with the LEGO Movie. Now, I thought some of the sets were decent for the LEGO Movie, but they could have been a bit better, so I'm going to put them in the Deece, basically okay tier. And then we have Harry Potter. So I'm not a huge Harry Potter guy, but I have to admit the builds are actually very good. So we're going to probably put that in the legendary column. Now we've come to Angry Birds. Now, honestly, you guys may like the sets. I was not a huge fan of this. In fact, I was super surprised when LEGO actually went forth and made this as a LEGO theme. So we're going to make that in the complete crap column. It's the first one that made it into that. You guys may disagree, leave it in the comments, but yeah, I just didn't think it was very good. Now we got the cars, and as a consumer, I mean, obviously that doesn't super appeal to me, but they're not bad. A lot of kids like them, but I mean, I'm really just, well, I don't know, I'm between Subpar bra and Deece. I don't know. I'm gonna put in Subpar bra. I mean, I'm just not huge into that theme. Then we got the LEGO Movie 2. Now, I'm gonna say there's a ton of really good builds that went into this. I'm not gonna say it's True Jedi status, but honestly, Apocalypseburg, that set's really good, and I can't wait to build and review it. So I'm gonna put that in Legendary. I think it's pretty good. Then we got the Minifig Series. Now, although I think they're a little bit expensive, they're still pretty good, so we're gonna also put that in legendary status. Now we have the Teenage Ninja Turtles, and honestly, I don't know what you guys think, but I was not at all big into that theme. I thought it was kind of bad. I'm gonna put that in the complete crap column. I know they had some cool builds, but I just don't think it worked. And the same thing with the Powerpuff Girls. Yeah, you guys may like this theme, but it's just, I don't know, just, it's not very good. Yeah. So here's another cool theme. This is the LEGO Studio. So this was made back in the early 2000s, and it actually was pretty good. I think they could have maybe executed it a little bit better than they did, but I think it was a cool idea. It doesn't quite make legendary status, but it was definitely decent. Yeah, I liked it quite a bit. And now we come to Galedog. So this was like early 2000s. A lot of people liked it. There was even a TV show out for it. But honestly, I thought it worked terrible for LEGO. It just didn't fit. There was no pieces in it. It was like, even Bionicles, you at least built the minifigs. These guys had like 8, 9, 10 pieces. And that would make up the entire guy. So they're basically just an action figure. So that's going to have to go in the complete crap column. I can't justify putting it any higher. And again, let me know what you guys think. And yeah, with the ratings, like if you didn't like it, don't, like, if you can try not to, don't stick a dislike. You know, just say what you feel, just because, you know, just, yeah, it helps the channel out. Then we have the Alien Invasion. So I thought it was that was actually a cool theme. I wasn't huge into it, but let's put that in the decent column. And then we have the Unikitty. So let's differentiate the two. Like LEGO Movie 2 was LEGO Movie 2 sets. The Unikitty theme I don't like nearly as much. I just didn't think it was very good. I think it was mainly made for girls, which is fine. It's just I don't know. It just wasn't my favorite. So we're gonna put that. It's subpar. I mean, I can't argue it. It's not that great. Now we've come to the architecture theme. So honestly, there's been so many really good builds that they've made, and I actually plan on getting more into it. I think I'm gonna have to put this one. This one's also gonna get into legendary. So as you guys can see, the themes are building. We haven't got any into True Jedi status, but ideas is a really hard one. I don't know. Like some of them are really good, some of them are not so great. Let's just put this in legendary. Let's just go with it, see how it feels. This was an interesting theme, Lego Racers. So I mean, we're getting all these more high-tech, well-done cars nowadays, which is cool. I think they do a lot better job at them nowadays than they did then. But Lego Racers was interesting, but they had these really wonky looking drivers. If you guys want to Google it, you'll see what I'm talking about. And it did not work good. Whereas they had some cool cars, but generally they were these stupid little monster guys driving race cars. So I'm gonna put them in subpar. Not really that great. Then we have the Simpsons. So this is kind of interesting. We only had one set and then a line of minifigs, but I thought they did a good job. So we're gonna put that in the legendary status. I'm gonna actually have to build this column as I screw this all up. All right, I fixed it. Yeah, this is probably gonna run out of space. Hopefully they let me expand on it. Otherwise, things are probably gonna have to go into the decent level, which hopefully they don't. Okay, here's another good one, Lego Friends. Now, I'm not particularly into Lego Friends, but I think some of the builds have been actually really good, and they've given us a lot of unique pieces. So we're gonna put that in legendary status. Even though I'm not huge into it, I can see the value in it. And then we had this really obscure basketball theme that came back out in 2001. So honestly, it was a cool idea. I just really don't think it worked very well. I think actually the soccer theme worked better at it. So I'm gonna have to put this in subpar bra. It's just not, it's not that good. Then we have this. I think this is, it's kind of weird how they differentiate these. This is like the older city theme. And honestly, without city, Lego might not be here today. So we're gonna put that in legendary status. No argument there. And here we have the Hero Factory. Now I'm gonna let you guys know right now, I think that I like Bionicle personally, but Hero Factory was just terrible. It's like they tried to do it again and it did not work. Again, there's maybe 9 pieces to each minifig. Not a lot of minifigs, so that's gonna have to go in the complete crap. Yeah, I really don't like Hero Factory. And then we have the Lord of the Rings. Now this theme, they did a really good job at a lot of the sets, particularly the tower, like Sauron's tower, and then the Hobbit house. They did a fantastic job. You know what? This one's gonna get into True Jedi. I think they did a great job on it. Like, I mean, a lot of guys might argue that, but I think they did a really good job. And then this B, this stands for Black Tron. This was an old space theme, and I think they did a really good job at this theme. I don't quite put it in True Jedi status, obviously, but I'm gonna put it along with the old city. I think they did a good job. And then we also got another theme. This is the Lone Ranger theme. Yeah, I mean, as much as the movie wasn't very good, they had some really cool sets. Like they had the train, which was awesome. They had another carriage, where like you have bandits trying to rob the bank carriage. So they did a really good job on a number of sets. Like I was very hard pressed to find a bad set. So I'm gonna put that. That's gonna go in the legendary bar. And then we have the system ideas. So this is a really old theme. I don't think it was that great, but this is kind of what Lego was all about back in the day. So we're gonna put that in a decent column. And then we come to the Batman 2006. So this is the old Batman sets. They actually did a really good job on these older Batman sets. So I'm gonna have to put these, yeah, those are in the legendary status as well. Then we run into Exo Force. This was a cool theme, cool idea. To be perfectly honest, I own a number of the sets, but I've somewhat fell out of love with them. I mean, I still think they're good. It's just, I don't know, the builds were not very good. I'm gonna have to put it in, it's decent. I mean, the builds were good. It's just, I don't know, I have a hard time putting it there, but I don't think it warrants being put into legendary status. I mean, all these are really good themes. If you don't know some of them, check them out because they're honestly really good. And then we come to Jack Stone. Now, I'm going to be perfectly honest. Anything that's not a minifig, like this weird abomination, I don't like. I don't like the idea. I think it was cool that they were trying to make a secret agent out of this, but this is going to the complete crap column. Like, it's just not good. Now we've come to, this was like Unitron. This was like the space, like in the early 90s, late 80s. And I actually think they go on the same bracket that, yeah, legendary. They're going to go on legendary. I think the old space that's really good. And now we've come into agents. So again, I thought this was a cool idea. It was an upgrade off of Jack Stone. They had some cool builds. I'm not going to put it in legendary, but let's put it in decent. I think it deserves that at least. Wow, they even have Stranger Things in here. I think it was a cool build. I don't actually own it, but since it only has one set and they haven't really proven themselves as a theme, I'm going to put them in decent. They're pretty good. And now we're coming to some of these really cool themes. These were the Aqua Zone themes. So Atlantis was future. If you guys don't know about Aqua Zone, Aquanauts, yeah, there's a number of others, but they're all like Aqua in the beginning. These were like 90s, and oh good, it opens up and makes it bigger. They were 90s underwater sets, and they were really good. Just type in Aquanauts, and they'll come up. LEGO Aquanauts. Really cool theme. Highly recommend them. Then we came to Atlantis. Now, actually, I think Atlantis, they did actually a pretty good job. So we're going to put this... it doesn't quite make legendary. If you guys check what the old Aqua Zone sets look like, it's Aqua Zone. Fantastic. Atlantis, I'm going to put it in decent. You guys might hate me for that if you're Atlantis fans. I don't think it was bad. I just think it could have been a bit better. And then we got these awful looking things. I really am not huge into these type of minifigs. Again, I'm a pure minifig type guy. I don't like it when they do stupid variations like this. I mean, that's just me. You might be different. That's okay. But for me, that's going to go in the complete crap column. I can't justify putting it any higher. Then we have the LEGO Movie theme. So I actually think that a lot of the builds were cool. I'm going to have to say I think that the new LEGO Movie 2 sets, I think they're actually better personally. So we're going to put this one, we're going to put it in decent. I don't think it warrants getting any higher than that. Oh, and then we have this. This was a really cool theme back in the 90s. It was the Time Traveler theme. It was a cool idea, just really weird. They had a lot of weird builds with it, just because they were trying to incorporate castle, cowboys, space, city. They were trying to do it all, and it just made the builds look really wonky. So cool idea, but it wasn't executed very well. So I'm gonna have to put it in subpar, brah. It's just, that's where it goes. Then we have the LEGO Kingdoms. Now, this theme was fantastic. It came out in about 2009, 2000, or actually it might have been a little later than that, 2012? 2012 sounds right to me. And they did a really good job on this theme. I'm gonna have to put this goes in legendary. Like honestly, it's really good. I really like Castle, and they executed it really well. Now we got this. Okay, this is basically Disney. I think this is the Disney minifigs. They did a not bad job. I'm not huge into that, but I'm gonna put it in the decent column. It's not bad. And then we got Indiana Jones. Now, honestly, I really hope that they bring this theme back. There's talk about it, because they actually did a really good job. They had really cool builds. It was rarely I ever saw a set that was bad from Indiana Jones, so I'm going to put that in the True Jedi status. I think that's where it deserves to be. Then we have Mixels. So I'm going to be perfectly honest. Mixels is not the greatest. I don't really like Mixels. Like, if you guys like it, that's fine. But I'm going to put this in the complete crap column. I don't like it. I don't know. It's just my opinion, but that's where it's going. Then we have the old castle. So honestly, the old castle was fantastic too. They did a great job off of them. That's going to go in the legendary status for me. I mean, any castle's theme basically has been really good, except for maybe the 2006, 2007, where they had like heroes, and you never got any normal soldiers. I didn't really like that theme of castle, but besides that theme, they did a good job. Then we have the Avengers. You know, some builds have not been that great. Some have been really good, particularly the helicarrier, like the headquarters for the Avengers. They did a really good job on that set, but a number of them haven't been the best, but they've had some good to make up for it, so I'm going to put them in the legendary status. Then we have Jurassic World, same thing, cool theme, some really good builds, some not so good builds. They're going to go, yeah, legendary. I like the dinosaurs. I think they did a good job. Then we have the boost. So I actually have never really got into this. This is where you kind of like make your robot and you can control them and send them around. Cool idea. I don't know too much about it, but I'm going to put it in the decent column. Once I know more about this theme, I'll put it higher. Then we come to the creator theme. So this, much like the ideas, they did a really good job. Like the Mustang, which it has right there, really good. The Austin Martin from 007, I believe that was a creator set. I could be wrong about that, but at least was creator style quality. Like, they just do a really good job at them. Then we have the Hobbit sets. So I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I don't think Hobbit quite gets True Jedi, because as much as it's close to Lord of the Rings, I think they actually did a better job on the Lord of the Rings sets, although the Hobbit sets are still pretty good. So I'm going to put them in the legendary status. Fantastic Beasts, I just equate that with Harry Potter. So we're going to put that same column right next to Harry Potter. And now we've come to one that a lot of people like. I think a lot of people actually hate it as well, Ninjago. I actually like Ninjago. Now I'm going to be perfectly honest. I like the Destiny Bounty set. I like the Ninjago City set. I'm not huge to having ninjas with like jets and stuff like that, so I'm not a huge fan of that. But the builds that they've had that have been like city, or like they're trying to make an older boat, like a junk ship, they've done really well. So I'm going to put them in the legendary status. I think that they deserve that. Then we have Elves. Again, these are the weird minifigs. Not a huge fan of it. It's going to complete crap column. I can't help it. That's where it goes. Then we have the Ice Planet. Now this was an old space theme, and they did a really, really good job on them. So again, they're going to go with all the space themes. There has not been basically a single space theme that they've completely crapped out on. So I'm going to put them there. I think it was pretty good. Then we have the Jack Sparrow theme, or the Pirates of the Caribbean. Personally, I think they did a really good job on this theme. Yeah, I really did like a number of the sets they made, especially the ships. I'm going to put them in the legendary status. They might even be True Jedi, but they had a lot of really cool ships that they came out with. I'm okay. It's just going to go in legendary. That's where it's going to go. Then we got classic Lego. That's decent. Nothing too crazy. I mean, but it's not bad. It's just whatever. It's there. Then we have the Overwatch sets. I'm not a huge Overwatch player, but I like some of the builds quite a bit. I'm going to put in decent. It's not bad. Then we have Bionicle. Okay, so I'm torn between Bionicle. I'm going to tell you why. Bionicle is really... I like the theme. I actually owned a number of Bionicles back in the day, and I ended up selling them. I think they're good. I I don't really appreciate the fact that they're not made out of Lego bricks, but they were detailed and technical, and they really were basically technique models. So I'm gonna put them in the legendary status. I think they deserve that. I mean, they're big minifigs basically that are made out of technique pieces. They may not be Lego, but I think they deserve that. And then we have the old Viking theme. Now, honestly, this theme was really, really good. If you guys don't know about it, you should definitely get into it. I'm gonna put it in the True Jedi status. Like, really cool theme. Then we have the Minifig theme again. I don't know why they keep bringing them up. I might be doing something wrong, but as far as I know, they're the same as the minifigures. So we're gonna put that in the legendary status. And then we have the Fabled Nexo Knights. Let's just pause a little bit to look at how bad this theme was. This might be my least favorite theme that they've ever made. So I'm gonna put them, they're going in complete crap. I really don't like Nexo Knights. Then we had the Speed Champions. So that's the new theme that's just come out, where you can like build your different race cars and whatnot. I think they actually do a good job on that. They do a really good job replicating a car, making it minifig size. So I'm going to put that in the legendary status. Then we got the Disney. I'm going to be perfectly honest, I'm not a huge Disney builder, but I think they're at least decent. I haven't really seen one like, wow, this is terrible. Same thing with Duplo. It just goes decent. I'm obviously not into that. That's Duplo, right? That's what it says. Yeah, Duplo. It doesn't cater to me, obviously, or any older builders generally, but let's just say it's decent. Here's another bad one. This is Agents of Chima. Terrible. Let's just put it there. Yeah, they should never made that. Then we had the Adventure theme. So this was another really, really good theme. Really do like it. I'm gonna put this in the legendary box. It's just, they did a great job. You know, and this was more of the dinosaur type. This one was more of the Orient Expedition and when they were in Egypt. And I thought that they did a pretty good job off of that one. So I'm gonna put that one in the, yeah, let's get this one out of the way too. Let's put this in the legendary status. It's the same thing with as Pirates of the Caribbean. It might almost get into True Jedi. Pretty hard one to, yeah. I'm beginning to notice a theme here. I got a lot of them in the legendary. You know what? I'm gonna put Friends back in the decent column. You guys might hate me for that, but it doesn't exactly cater to me, and legendary is getting too big. Then we have the Mindstorms. So same thing. I think it's a cool idea. I'm just not huge into it, so it's gonna go into decent. It's not terrible. It's not great. It's there. Then we had a cool theme called the Dino 2010. They actually had a lot of cool builds in this, particularly the helicopter. Again, I wasn't huge into the theme, but for the build, you know what? It's gonna go into legendary. They did a good job. Really cool idea. Let's just put them there. Then we had Mars Mission. So this is taking you back. This is another really cool space theme. To be honest, I didn't quite like it as much as the original space, so we're gonna put it in decent, but it was a really cool idea. They came out in 2001. And then we have Star Wars. So if you guys can guess where that's gonna go, it's obviously going in True Jedi. They've had some bad sets over the years, but generally, all in all, they're fantastic. They do a great job at Star Wars sets. And then we have the, this is the monsters theme. This is, you know, you have the little, basically bounty hunters that are humans go and hunt out the monsters, and the monsters fight them. I wasn't huge in this theme, but I did think that some of the builds were cool, so I'm gonna put it in decent. And then we have this. This is the Pirates theme. And honestly, pirates are fantastic. Some of these pictures are kind of hard to see. But just, they did such a great job on pirates. They're going into True Jedi status. There's so many really well done pirate sets. Then we have the Scooby-Doo type sets. They're gonna go in decent. And now we've come to the rock miners. Now, you guys might know the rock miners as like the ones that are done in the 2000s, or they just were done a couple years ago. These are the original rock miners. I really liked them. I thought they did a really cool job, and I mean, they're the OG, so I mean, they got to go in epic, or not epic, the legendary status. That was actually going to be epic for, anyways, I decided to make it legendary. But yeah, they did a good job off that. This was kind of like a girls type theme back in the day. That was this Lego system. Again, this has weird looking minifigs, and we all know how I feel about weird looking minifigs. It kind of reminds me of Playmobil, to be perfectly honest, and it's gonna go in the complete crap. I don't like it. This is another Ninjago type looking theme. For some reason they have Tron in there. At least it looks like Tron. I'm just gonna think that this is Ninjago, which we already talked about it. Ninjago, for me, just because I like a lot of their builds quite a bit, it's gonna go in the legendary status. Yeah, I think they did a good job at Ninjago. As much as a lot of people hate Ninjago, I think that a lot of the builds actually make up for it. So it's gonna go in legendary. Now we made it to the creator 3-in-1. I'm not particularly huge into these. I'm not against them either. They're just decent. They're basically there in my books. The same thing's gonna go with Duplo. Not catering to me. I can't really hate it or love it. It's just there. If you have little kids, it's great. I'd rather them play with that than most things. And just making sure Ninjago is in here, because I don't think that I stuck it in. Yeah, no, it's there. Anyways, we at least have one version of it that's there. So that's Ninjago. It goes right there. Just can't remember if I did that. Then we have agents. These are ultra agents. So I'm gonna be honest, I don't think they actually were as good as the original agents. I thought these ones were weird. I'm gonna put them in subpar, bruh. I don't know. That's just where they go. Then we have Spongebob. So I never ever got any of the Spongebob sets. I really wish that I did, because I think it was a cool theme. Some of the builds I hear are actually pretty good. So I'm gonna put them in legendary. I personally like SpongeBob as much as I know a lot of other people did. Then we have the Dino. So this was a weird theme. It was it almost looks like it's juniors. I'm just gonna put this in decent because I don't actually, to be perfectly honest, I don't really know what this is. It even is a manual. You can see the little 3 there. So I don't know. That goes there. This was the modern day castle. Again, fantastic job. This was the last castle theme that they brought out that had orcs and dragons and all that, and it's gonna get into true Jedi status. I really like that theme. This is the Island Extreme. To be honest, I think this was just a video game, so I'm just gonna put this in decent. Some of this stuff, a few of these themes look really obscure. I do not remember there being an Island Extreme theme, but correct me if I'm wrong about that. Dimensions, again, I think it was a cool idea. I just don't think it was executed very well. The builds weren't anything to write home about. It's just gonna go into subpar, brah. That's where it ends up. Then we had the Pharaoh Quest. So this was kind of like Johnny Thunder, except I'm gonna be honest, I don't think they did as good a job as Johnny Thunder. Johnny Thunder in my books, actually, you know what? I'm just gonna do it. Johnny Thunder is moving up to true Jedi status. I think that they did a fantastic job. Pharaoh's Quest was not nearly as good. They tried to do it, but I don't know. There's something about the builds they had back then. They were just really good. And now we've ran into Toy Story. So the Toy Story series that were done back in the day were pretty good. The ones that we have now with these stupid the minifig type, they just were not, I don't really like them. So I'm just gonna put them average. I think that the older Toy Story would have got into legendary. The newer Toy Story, decent to subpar. So that's just subpar actually. So we're just gonna put them in decent column. That's where they're gonna go. Now we've made it to the, this was another agents type theme. No, this is Space Squad. So I actually don't really like this theme as much as I liked the older space sets. I'm gonna put them in decent. You guys may not like that, but I don't know. That's where they are in my books. Then we have juniors. Again, it doesn't cater to me, so we're gonna put that in decent, as well as a lot of adult collectors or teenage collectors. Then we have the normal city. I'm honestly gonna put this in, this is gonna go into true Jedi status. We wouldn't have Lego without city. In fact, the older city could maybe almost get there now, but I think the newer city is actually better. And then we have the ninja theme. Back in the day, this is going to get true Jedi status. If you guys like Ninjago, this is like Ninjago, but more authentic with castles and samurai and ninjas. Just a great, great theme. The Wild West theme, another fantastic theme. Just great theme. They had the Indians and the cowboys, and you could play cowboys and Indians. I still actually own a number of these sets, and I will be reviewing them in the future, but just great theme. Pirates, new pirates. The Imperial flagship alone, arguably the best ship they've ever made. Like colonial era ship, pirate ship, whatever you want to call it. That gets into True Jedi as well. Prince of Persia, not the greatest movie, but not bad sets. It's gonna get decent. I actually wanted to buy a couple of their sets. I thought that they were kind of cool. The Batman theme. This is just looks like normal Batman. It's gonna make legendary, just like the 2006 Batman. And then this was the original space sets. So we wouldn't be here if we didn't have the original space. They really helped Lego a lot back in the 80s and 70s. So they're gonna get into True Jedi status. So that about makes up the list. Let me know what you guys think. Do you agree with it? Do you not? What's your personal opinion? And again, if you liked the video, leave it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, definitely consider subscribing. Yeah, I mean, and if you didn't like what I, put up, just, if you don't like it, that's okay. But, the likes really help with the videos. So, but it's up to you guys. I'm going to leave it up in your hands. But yeah, thanks again for watching. I'll be probably doing more of these in the future. But yeah, that's all I got for you today. But take care. I'll catch you guys in the next one.